Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders here. We're here with Dr. Nick Savage here from the Master Distiller for Bladnoch, one of my favorite distilleries that really never got a chance to handle because I guess the first time I got contacted by you guys was someone in Australia, which I guess obviously owns you guys. But now we actually get here from Bladnoch, so we're super excited to have him here. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump into Bladnoch.
About me? So, Nick Savage, the Master Distiller and Head of Operations for Bladnoch. And where do we start? I studied in Australia, ironically.
Shocker.
That is a coincidence. That's not
Okay.
That's not planned. So I studied in Australia I did a PhD in engineering.
Oh, okay.
Looking at tennis rackets, ironically.
This seems way more fun than tennis rackets.
Yeah, we'll get to the jump at some point in time. So,
Okay.
So I finished all that up, and then I came back to the UK.
Okay.
I was working in steel factories in Sheffield, where I come from, earning my keep. And then a job came up that said optimize whiskey casks.
Okay.
So all my friends went, that sounds like fun, and we'd get free whiskey.
It does sound like fun and free whiskey. I like this plan.
So that was with Diageo. So I worked for Diageo looking at whiskey casks for 8 years. Then went across to William Grant's for 2 years, across in Girvan. I was part of the brewing and distilling technical area.
Okay. All right.
2 years across there. If you ever want to learn about brewing and distilling, you go to Girvan. You learn at pace.
I would imagine so. That is quite the factory.
And then, I went to invited to be Master Distiller at Macallan.
I'm sure that didn't suck.
No, it didn't suck. And it was good fun. There's not much we didn't do in the 3 years that I was there.
Very cool.
And then, David, our current owner at Bladnoch, phoned me up and said, "What about this? Do you fancy another adventure?" So I said, "Okay, why not? What's the worst that can happen?"
He plied you away, huh?
Can
So what made you want to come to Bladnoch? Obviously, it's a 200-plus-year-old distillery. What excites you about coming over there from Macallan to Bladnoch now?
So I spoke to David for about 3 hours in Glasgow one night.
Wow.
Nice. David only speaks in like 15-minute segments, so 3 hours was quite a long time.
That's awesome.
They thought he was lost.
Lost.
So 3 hours was good, and we spoke about how he thought whiskey should be made, what goes into a quality whiskey.
Awesome.
He had a blank canvas there, and he had a brand new 200-year-old distillery.
Right.
I thought, okay, let's test myself again, and let's go to where Macallan was 30 years ago, and let's see if we're at the front end of the evolution and see if we can see what mess we can make of it at that point.
I'm excited because, I read a lot of old history books on whiskey, and then, I found Bladnoch, and they were only ever found with independent bottlers, and even those were rare to find.
Yeah. That's right.
And then I saw this finally come from the shelf a few years, and I'm like, holy crap, they're making it again.
It's actually branded.
And it's theirs. So I'm very exciid to get into this. So tell us a little bit the history of it, and let's pour something wet the palate here. Which works for me.
A little bit about the history. So 1817 is where we started.
Okay.
Two brothers, John and Thomas McClelland, in 1817. Farmers by trade and got their distilling license in 1817. And then a bit of a turbulent history, in and out of different ownerships, ended up with United Distillers in the mid and 80s and 90s. Mothballed in the 90s and then was taken over by two Irish brothers, Raymond and Colin Armstrong.
Okay.
They wanted originally to run it as a holiday let.
Oh, jeez.
But then they fell in love with whiskey and they started distilling again. So
nice.
Fair play to them. That's how we're able to drink some of these brilliant whiskeys.
There you go. I like that.
And unfortunately went into mothball status again in 2009. We can talk about 2009. And then David, our current owner, Australian guy, bought it in 2015. Devastated disrepair. So we then spent 2 years with my predecessor, Ian McMillan, rebuilding everything on the inside, and then restarted distilling in 2017. So a bit of an up and down, but we're on the right track now.
That's great.
Some great whiskeys. Some good
Absolutely. Say hi there to Burbank. Good to see you up there in New York, and Donald in Canada, and Jeff. He'll be here later. So glad to see you guys, and a Sugar Kitty as well. Oh, it smells so nice. All right. So what does Vinaya mean? What does Bladnoch mean as well? Just as far as I'm sure it's
Bladnoch comes from the Bladnoch, there's a debate on it means kind of. Some say yes, some say no. About it means kind of something about flowers. Now, debate on yes or no, but
Okay.
Vinaya is a whiskey that was made to showcase the distillery character.
Okay.
And with anything that we do, we always start off with the whiskey first. Ironically, let's not start off with the label. So
That would seem good.
I wanted to make a whiskey that starts off showcasing the floral, fruity lowland style. So when you're nosing it, you get a perfumed feel. You get lots of fresh fruits, lots of citrus, a little bit of toffee, and almost like fresh cut apples.
Yes,
a little bit of caramel, a little bit of toffee. Very refreshing whiskey. So that demonstrates the lowland floral style that we have.
Yeah, because you're actually our first lowland to have on. So congratulations on that too.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. So most people probably don't know a lot about the lowlands in general. What generally is a lowland style for people? Because they don't hear a lot about it.
That's a great question. I think it's one of the most undefined.
Yeah, because it's that English style Scotch,
Irish style. There's a bit of a blend of everything.
Yeah,
you've got Auchentoshan in there. You've got Kinshin in there. You've got a few others, and I think I always refer to it as when Diageo had Bladnoch and they released it as their flora and fauna.
Okay.
So I always follow that trend of kind of floral, fruity.
That makes sense. All right.
Approachable.
Okay.
Would be a whiskey that I would, or a style that I would describe.
And delicious.
Yeah.
That's the important. Now, what's the proof on this?
46.7. Everything is 46.
Which I really appreciate that. You have so much.
You know why?
Because
I'm sure you do.
Because it's delicious. Besides the non-chill filtering.
filtering.
As I know that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody likes it, but I love the fact you're not.
Well, we are non-chill filter, but when I'm making it, you have to make it so it can be drank at 46.
Totally agree.
You have to make it slightly different. You have to amplify some of the flavors out because it doesn't drink like it's 46.
No, it doesn't, which was great. We actually had Eric, which is of course my business partner. If you guys don't know that, he had a buddy here from Virginia the other day, and actually we started talking a lot about. He wasn't really a beer guy. I was like, we'll make you a whiskey before you leave. Don't worry. Well, this is one of the ones that converted into a whiskey. That was Vinaya.
There you go.
Well, we talked about it. It's like he didn't really like the sherry. I said, well, he likes some ex-bourbon. I was like, I have a whiskey for you.
Floral, fruity.
So yeah, he loved it.
Goes great as a highball.
Oh yeah, that's
something refreshing.
I'm looking forward to that.
See, when it's summertime in Texas and it's, I'd say it's 40 degrees, but you would say it's like 110 degrees.
Right.
So when it's 110 degrees and it's outside and it's sunny, this is a highball. I would call it dangerous.
I would agree. I have not made a highball this. That sounds like a new mission to do. We'll
might
do that later.
Welcome drink later on.
We might do that. All right. So you guys have one of the coolest bottles in the industry and heavy as hell.
Yeah.
So what made you guys' decision to have this really cool rectangular? If you're gonna have a bar fight, this is the bar to grab. This bottle is hefty.
It is hefty, and you get a decanter. I must admit. We've been operational. I like the fact that it packs together quite efficiently with less space. But I can't take credit. David Pryor, our owner, he was the designer. Or
did a hell of a job.
The whole brand feel comes from David when he bought everything, and he's very let's call it particular on this. This is his brand. Now he lets us go and he trusts the concept now, but he's still very much involved in the design aspect. So yeah, the square bottle, I think it's an iconic bottle now.
It's beautiful,
and the label and the whole look and feel of everything.
Yeah, because even this is quite nice because you guys get to see. Of course, they're really cool. The bee on there is really nice. Everything's just beautiful.
Ooh, fancy version of it there.
All right.
You should feel the heavy stuff.
Nice. So this is the one you throw at people too. So it's another good choice. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, that's a sexy cap there. Really love that. That's beautiful. Favors the 10 and the 11. Well, that's a good choice there, Morrissey. Awesome.
You'd be amazed at how similar they are. And just a hint.
I imagine that. I might have a 10 in here we can compare to the 11 later.
Indeed, yeah.
I think the funny thing is I maybe have one similar tonight. Everything else is going to be new for me. So I'm excited that we'll get to have a bunch of new Bladnochs.
Absolutely.
And that is delicious. I really enjoy that. But yeah, this is a great one. I think get people into Scotch too. That hey, I don't like Scotch. Well, that's another challenge I got to. And if you're a bourbon guy, I think it's a great one because it is ex-bourbon. It's just a really nice into there. So I have to try the Sherry 14. Yes, you should absolutely do that. I'm sure you will love them.
We'll go on to that in a second, maybe. But yeah, the Vinaya entrance from a bourbon drinker or a rum drinker.
Yeah,
but also
sure.
like a white spirits drinker.
I agree.
You're in gin and tonics, and you need to get used to the wood feel on the mouth.
I agree. That's a good point.
This is easy. Having that as a highball, you can enter the gateway.
Yeah, and I guess with
Gateway
being
whiskey.
sense as a lowland too, I think that makes sense the way that the style is made. Like it's a lot of it is for the English palate originally, so it's kind of cool that's the case. So I like that though. That's nice. All right, so we want to move on to
Should we move on to something?
the next one there.
Let's have a Samsara.
All right, which I've never had, so I'm
Never had
very
Samsara?
Nope.
Okay, in that case, it's part of the history of Samsara.
Okay. So what does Samsara mean?
So I must go back to Vinaya for 2 seconds. Vinaya is
Okay.
actually Sanskrit. All these words.
Oh, all right.
A lot of them are Sanskrit, Hindi,
Okay.
because David has got a half Indian heritage.
Good reason then. Okay.
So, but yeah, exactly right. Good reason. So we don't just pick these things or do these things because it sounds
cool.
fancy. Everything's got meaning. So Vinaya actually means pay respect to where you come from,
Oh,
i.e. your home,
awesome.
your distillery.
Very cool.
Samsara, when I arrived, there was a few products in there, but Samsara was the one that I wanted to keep because
Okay.
Samsara means rebirth.
Oh, all right.
So it was the first
Awesome.
one that David made when he bought the distillery, and he says he reimagined the distillery, but
Okay.
we have Samsara saying that the distillery was reborn in 2017.
Very cool.
Okay, so Samsara is a combination of American oak and American oak bourbons and American oak red wines.
Ooh.
Whereas Vinaya was American oak bourbons and Spanish or sherry casks.
Okay.
So you still got a bit of a rich feel. Whereas this one, very American oak still get the kind of toffees, a little bit of fudge, but
Ooh, yeah, there's the fudge coming out.
But you also get, because those really heavy toasted red wine casks, you get kind of the dark fruits, a little bit of blackberries, blueberries, a little bit of dark cherries.
Very nice.
And you start on the palate to get like a fruit cake, like a Black Forest Gatto, as I would call it, like a chocolate cake, like chocolate cake with dark fruits, or
That's good.
dark chocolate cherries, something along that. On the finish, you just get a little bit of cracked black pepper as well, but it's just a little bit more dark fruits in comparison to that Vinaya.
Yeah, you definitely pick up the wine cask in there now, big time compared to the other one.
That's it.
That's nice.
I'm also trying not to use too many descriptors because I've just coming from Korea and Asia, and they don't really know what Christmas cake is. And
that's probably not a thing in their culture to be eating.
A lot of them are good. We don't know what these things are.
Which is the funny, whiskey. No matter what, if you've never had that particular flavor or scent, you have no memory, so you can't. It doesn't mean anything. But
I also say to everybody, just because I say it, that's not gospel. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
It's
not
everyone else's palate's totally different. Exactly.
It's more of a provocation to go. Here's some of the ideas.
Totally
Tell
agree.
us what you're thinking of.
Because Donald says he loved the Bladnoch, the Ember cask. He said it was awesome.
Got an Aussie on the call. That was an exclusive in Australia.
Oh, very nice.
Unless they got it on the secondary market.
Well, we might have friends in Australia.
Exactly. That's my point. We've got Aussies on the call. They're all here.
Yeah, like I said, we're on 6 continents, so there's a really good chance anything that's been around the world, one of our members has definitely tried
the
it.
Koreans there that we've got.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's really nice. I like that
It's a little bit more sweet than.
That's good though. I like that. It's fun.
Oh, a little bit of pepperiness though.
Yeah.
It's probably not as gateway as Vinaya.
Yeah, I'd agree. This is a little more advanced for sure.
Yeah,
now, is there a big age difference on these, or are they about the same age-wise?
They're about the same. There's a range of ages within all. This is our twin cask range, so you'll see. Twin cask is 2 casks. So we're twinning bourbon and Oloroso sherry for Vinaya, and we're twinning bourbon and red wine for Samsara. So call it twin cask range. So there's a range of ages because one of the things, the only thing to remember, the first thing to remember about Bladnoch is whenever I make anything, when we do stuff, always flavor first.
Yes, absolutely. That is the most important part.
I don't particularly care how old it is.
No, it does. It taste good. That's
do you like it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you like Vinaya instead of the 30-year-old,
good for you.
Drink Vinaya, I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun with it.
You're still drinking Bladnoch either way. Hey, the goodness means you can buy more bottles of it. So, that's the good news on all that.
Responsibly viable bottles.
Yes, obviously, responsibly. We definitely would like to promote that since we are a school. So,
What we'll do is we'll change gear.
All right.
We'll go for a 14.
All right.
And because we've got a bit of American out there. Go for 14. And
hey, Peter.
14 is in the what we call the heritage range.
Okay.
And it's heritage range is the age range.
Okay.
The initial age range.
All right.
So you only get. I put in one cask type, and we focus on one cask type.
Okay.
14, Spanish oak, also sherry casks.
Okay.
So that's the style that we're going to get. So we're going to see a gear change from American oak. So you get lots of tannins in there, kind of dried fruits, the raisins, sultanas, a little bit of ginger today.
Okay.
I'm doing it live. I know I just read the tasting notes. Actually, the tasting notes, they're not on that one. They're normally on somewhere.
That's funny.
They're not on the new. Here we go. So yeah, the tasting notes, I try and get them to 3 words, and I write them all on just the 3 words on the label, because 11-year-old bourbon, not many people know what that is.
Right.
But they know what floral, honey, and refreshing is.
I'd agree.
We're trying to communicate in a way that helps people.
Yeah,
helps
absolutely.
people try and find the whiskey. So.
Yes, we'll have the 19 for the first time tonight, Donald.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's killer in Alberta. I'm very excited to try that one, certainly.
A little less spicy on the palate.
Okay.
Big raisins today.
So do you find different temperatures and different atmospheres make a big difference when you taste them?
I do.
Okay.
But what I find more changes is me.
Yeah, that's true. Depending on your mood and all that.
How far I've travelled, or if good day, bad day, hot outside. So it's not the temperature affecting the whiskey so much as the temperature affecting me.
Makes sense.
Today it's actually fairly cool.
Yeah, it's nice out.
This kind of warmer, spicier.
You came to Texas at the right time. Not freaking hot as crap.
More like Scotland.
Yeah, you're right. Today is like Scotland. That's a good point.
American part of Scotland. So
yeah.
So something like 14 today is got a little bit of kind of warmth, a little bit of richness from the dried fruits instead of refreshing from the Vinaya.
It's got this like beautiful cherry tart on there right now.
So the way I describe the palate is great. So the way I describe 14, and everyone stole it from me as soon as I said it. I describe it as Christmas cake.
Okay.
That kind of dense, sugary fruit and spice cake. Christmas.
For sure.
A little bit of cinnamon stick, a little bit of nutmeg today. It's quite a dry finish. A little bit of leatheriness, a little bit of dark chocolate. You've almost got milk chocolate from these American oaks.
Agree.
You've got dark chocolate, and a little bit of orange.
Makes total sense. Yeah.
It's a mindset. And again, it's really the oak type that's driving the whole difference here. Not necessarily the sherry or the wine or the bourbon. It's the oak type that we're seeing.
This is Spanish oak, you said?
The Spanish oak.
Yeah, which I always find Spanish oak's got that different, richer, but more tannic.
A little bit leathery, dry feel. It's almost like red wine versus white wine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which I love Spanish wine, so this is fantastic. Right. So, works for me.
There's worse things to have,
Hey, Sugar Kitty, multitasking. Hey, there could be worse things than watching a whiskey show and whatever else you're doing.
Well,
drinking whiskey would be the better choice.
Drinking along. Yeah.
But I know you're probably at work, so
still drink along.
Still drink along.
I've not heard a reason not to.
I agree exactly. Make your work better, makes the day go by faster. But yes, it's quite delicious.
I'm going to leave because that will come out.
Perfect.
And just
we can get more glasses too if you want to bring more out.
It's such a long finish.
Oh yeah, it's still going.
It's still sticking around.
Absolutely. It's delicious. Here, I'll grab some extra.
I'll give you an 11 to start with.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Got them glasses.
If we need more, we can always get more. We have lots of them.
That's good for a whiskey education.
Yeah, it will be poor. Like, we have 6.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like, you've been into many bars. You don't have any and don't know what a Glencairn is.
No.
And it hurts me.
Well, I mean, I'm okay for a Glencairn when we're trying to get, knees deep in the whiskey and trying to understand it. Enjoying it in a tumbler, that's fine as well.
I just love a Glencairn.
Glencairn.
I just like it. I don't know. Maybe it was just...
But it goes to picking the whiskey. You drink it how you want to drink it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, if you love it, good for you. Exactly.
I have a wet sock if you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you enjoy it.
If that's the way you want it, sure, right.
That's okay. So you're an 11-year-old. So
okay.
Coming back to American oak.
Okay.
Ex-bourbon. The other thing to mention here is everything's natural colour.
It's just beautiful color on these.
So you might be able to see them on camera and we can hold them up if you
want. Yeah, for sure.
Just the 14 and the 11.
You can see the difference there, yeah.
I've got my white shirt on, so you've got the white back.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's all natural colour because we have Our casks, we use 95% of our casks for first fill.
Wow.
Which
All
is
right.
a huge
Yeah.
number in the Scotch industry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Most people don't really get close to that.
Yeah,
95. Holy
95%,
crap.
yeah. And I keep the 5% there as flex
Okay.
because I want it to be flexible.
Sure. Makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
if some casks can just overperform.
Oh,
and you
absolutely.
Got to bring them back and you
Yeah,
flex.
for
So
sure.
The 5%'s there for flex. So, but 11-year-old, you definitely get that floral perfumed note of lowland.
Okay.
But for me, it's like this honey, like vanilla honey.
Definitely.
Much more refreshing than the 14. Back into Samsara and Vinaya land.
Okay.
Very creamy.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember as a kid, I mean, you can get things like vanilla ice cream and lemonade.
Sure.
Do you remember as a kid you used to get cream soda?
Yes, I still love cream soda. Cream soda is delicious.
It's almost like an alcoholic cream soda.
There you go. That's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, you know?
Oh, you're right. In the finish, that's exactly what it is. Oh, wow.
Creamy vanilla.
Man.
But actually, if you look at the three words, floral, honey, and refreshing.
That's
So this is
perfect.
Just to summarize, like
Yeah.
Nespresso with their pods, the green one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this just, I think, over the rocks would be fabulous. And yeah, it becomes that cream soda on its own.
Absolutely.
Alcoholic cream soda. That's a great way to describe it.
We're not selling it to kids. That's just
No, that's for for their parents.
The grown up cream soda.
That's right. Although they got to learn sometime, right? Hey, in Texas, the law is if you're with your parents, it's fine.
Exactly. Just look at a little bit of pepperiness on the back today. Only a little bit. Not as much as Samsara. Almost like white pepper instead of black pepper.
Very nice. Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
That's quite good. Yeah,
Creamy.
that's the first time having that one too.
Yeah. Does it taste like the 10?
I don't know. I'll have to grab the
I'll have to
10.
grab the 10.
I'll have to
I can't remember
grab.
who was saying this.
We'll find out.
Enjoyed the 10 on the 11.
I was like, I can go grab it real quick if you want to, and it's right over
we
there.
could do a comparison when we come back.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the show for you guys. We'll compare it. Works for
We'll
me.
grab a 19.
All right.
Yeah,
19, yeah.
19's back to European oak.
Okay.
Jumping about a bit, but who cares? Let's have some fun.
Absolutely.
We're back into European oak, but we're into
Okay.
PX, Pedro Jimenez, Sherry Cask. So
I do love PX.
PX is, 10 times sugarier than Oloroso. So you get this different breakdown of the wood, different alcohol strengths. But now, this didn't translate necessarily in Asia, but
Okay.
you get licorice sticks over here.
Yes, we do.
Black
We
licorice,
do.
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So the one thing I always say about 19 is licorice sticks,
Okay.
along with things like the kind of bigger dried stone fruits like apricots and dates.
Yeah.
A little bit of nutmeg. But then you go on the palate and that licorice sticks. The kind of, as a kid, you used to get like the sherbet candy licorice stick.
Oh yeah.
And you just get the sticky dates, apricots, a little bit of nutmeg on the back, but it's nowhere near as dry finish as the 14. It's more of a sticky, sugary finish for me. So I'm putting words right in your head. You should just be.
It's all good.
You tell me what you think. I'm leading the witness.
It's delicious.
Delicious. Okay.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I got plenty of time to sit around and pick out notes. This is for the fun part. I still pick out notes when I do reviews. Then I pick out the notes. Now you get one or two, but yeah, your licorice note is definitely spot on for sure. It's delicious.
I'll just stick there with that all day.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't go wrong.
I'd like to say slightly cooler today.
Yes.
Slightly
good with the fire.
Good
Yeah,
with the fire.
so very nice. We didn't talk about like price point as far as what these all go for. What's like price point just so people? I know it's.
No, you're telling me. I need. Where's
Bridget?
Bridget? She's here. Come on, Bridget. You want to come on?
We have the question that always get asked.
I could tell you what they are in Great British pounds. I'm
Yeah.
also aware that
What's it in
I might
dollars?
not be able to guide on pricing. I might not be allowed to. So Bridget might be able to.
So starting with the Vinaya, they started about $59.99 up to the 19 that goes up to about 150.
Okay, so still, it's a very reasonable range as far as price goes. So there's not many 19s you can get, sadly, nowadays for 150. So I'm very happy with that
yeah,
price
well,
point.
yeah, I do say to the commercial guys, that feels a bit cheap.
Hey,
Okay,
we appreciate it.
I'm sure you think that. That feels a bit cheap.
But delicious, and that's what matters. At least tell them buy 2 bottles next time. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
exactly, yeah.
Let's buy the whole range.
I mean, go back to Vinaya.
All right.
I do like to go back and forth a bit sometimes, just because we think we know what Vinaya smelled like,
Right.
But you never had a frame of reference because that's the first one we have. But if you go back to Vinaya, that creaminess,
Richard, that's awesome. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. You passing comments in the chat?
Apparently. But yeah, it's super like the vanilla on there is wild now.
Almost like toffee apples.
Yeah.
Or apple pie.
Ooh, yeah.
Baked apple pie and custard. Not sure we can get to the top.
Oh, I think we should put this. I think this in some apple pie would be delicious.
Or in the custard.
In the custard,
In the custard.
I'm good with both.
Yeah.
I think that solves our problem. We'll just do both.
Or just have a Vinaya instead.
That also works. I just think all 3 combined would be even the best choice of all.
Yeah, exactly. Whiskey pairing.
So you guys like, what's your guys' water source for the distillery?
So we come from the river, but the distillery sits on the River Bladnoch, but where it sits, it's right at the mouth to a certain extent, and it's very tidal.
Okay,
so it goes in and out of the Irish Sea to a certain extent. So we've got a lade, like a separate river.
Oh, okay.
Like a little stream that runs alongside.
All right.
And about 2 miles north of the distillery, or upriver, should I say.
Okay.
We've got a weir, which draws off the fresh water.
Oh, okay.
And then stops the kind of salty ocean water coming in. So, yeah, the lade's a challenge because it's a natural lade, let's call it. That's not one. It's not a big concrete lined one. So sometimes it might breach its banks and we have to repair it.
Fun.
And getting a JCB or a Caterpillar up there's
I'd imagine that's a great time.
And a few ton of concrete.
That's a good point there too, Sugar Kitty, about what those other brands cost. Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely is a much more in the right price range of people can actually afford.
Yeah. Which
we appreciate greatly. Great whiskey at a great price.
Okay. Maybe the commercial guys win.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
We gotta do.
Yeah, it's quite good.
On the 19th. But no, but we talk about it being priced, but actually if you go price and the flavor first.
Yeah.
The whole point of how you've seen a range there. Mm-hmm. It's all got floral fruity.
Right.
But there's a range in there. I mean, 19 and 14 big Spanish.
Right.
Spanish oak cask. You've got a big American cask. And then you've got a kind of combination of a couple of casks that are kind of accessible, slightly more fruity. The idea is that you're able to find, everyone should be able to find a whiskey that they like at Bladnoch.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a non-whiskey drinker, if you're an experienced whiskey drinker, the inspiration for the portfolio is you should be able to find something.
Absolutely,
yeah. If you've not, I've done my job. Tell me.
Well, it'll be fun later, especially later tonight with these people that like, hey, Jason, good to see you there. People that are, I don't like whiskey. Well, just try it. You might like it. That have been dragged here by their spouses a lot of the time, which is fine. And a lot of times, whiskey's pretty good.
They'll have finished they'll be on their third highball.
Exactly, which is fine.
You do know that's a whiskey highball, not a vodka highball.
Yeah, which is significantly better.
Yeah.
It is funny when you start giving to us like, whiskey's good. It's because you've only had crap prior. I'm sorry.
Or you just not found the right one.
That also is true. But a lot of times it's because they've just been given stuff that just wasn't great.
It is, or their first experiences
or
something big
bad.
And
yeah, that's true. It's because they read a magazine.
Yeah.
And they're like, X whiskey is really great. Well, that's not going to be great for your palate if you've never had it. Now, I personally love peat, but that's, it's a personal preference. And, other people, that's not their thing. And that stinks if you think, or other people has all Scotch is peat. No, actually, most of it's not.
Yeah.
Which is great that something like this is so different too. But even if you could drink usually Space Highs or Highlands, this is a vastly different Scotch than those two.
I mean, if you think about the flavors there, the licorice sticks and the nutmegs and the apricots, if you don't like that and you prefer more of a vanilla apple pie,
drink the other ones.
Drink the Vinaya. It doesn't matter that it costs, different or it's non-aged. I don't really care. The idea is that drink for your enjoyment, not because what the age says or the cask says or what the price says.
Or they can drink, we can talk about those too. Your Pure Scotch, because these are things I don't know anything about, which is perfect. So do we need another? Which one are these? These are clean. Yeah.
We're at that stage of which are the clean glasses?
Yes. I'll put because I'm going to make a blend of these too at some point because
I like that.
I love making a blend.
Everyone always goes, "What do you actually do?" We'll just put glass number 1 into glass number 4.
Exactly.
So this is the thing about me.
Right.
There's kind of no airs and graces. We'll not do any bullshit.
Yeah, there we go. So this is Pure. So tell us about because like I never even knew this existed until
Yeah.
Bridget brought it by. So what is Pure Scott?
So Pure Scott is it's actually the first thing David did before Bladnoch.
all right.
This predates Bladnoch
Okay.
as a brand, and it's a Scotch it's made up of pretty much all 4 corners.
Okay.
It's got an amount of Bladnoch in there, but everything. It's also got a very subtle amount of peat. Very subtle amount of peat. Nothing to home about. It almost just adds a little bit of dryness to the whole thing.
Okay.
But it's 100% American oak.
Okay.
It's got a combination of first fills and refills in there. It's got a high portion of malt to grain ratio.
Okay. Which I always appreciate.
Yeah. And you'll get that on the palate. I mean, the American oak comes straight through. I mean, we talk about refreshing whiskey.
It's so nice and so easy for a blend. It's just so good.
You get the creaminess.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know American oak. That's American oak.
It's beautiful.
Through.
Yeah.
It's meant to be easy. It's meant to be. I mean, you can drink it as neat.
Yeah, easy.
But you could also have that as. I mean, what we did actually.
Fun cocktail for
fun
sure.
cocktail. That with tonic. That with smoky cola. Something along those lines.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
That's kind of what we played around with. So actually, again,
See you, Jeff.
an entrance into Scotch, Pure Scott or Vinaya, whether you want a blend or
Sure.
single malt, that's kind of where Pure Scott sits.
Okay. Very nice. It's also a really pretty bottle.
Yeah, right.
I was like, yeah, it's maybe one of the sexiest blended bottles I've ever seen. I mean, first of all, it's just pretty. Plus, you can see the cool. Yeah, you guys can see the mountain there behind it as well, which is just really cool. So, what does Pure Scott mean? Why? What's that mean?
Again, I'm not. That was David.
Okay. It's okay.
This is very much a David brand, but yeah, you invented it. But it was actually targeted from a lifestyle perspective. So it's kind of easy, accessible drinking. David's a surfer.
Oh, okay, all right.
So most of the time, or at least half his time. I hope he's not watching. He lives in Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
But he's often found in the Gold Coast of Australia where the surf is slightly better.
That's funny.
So David's late for a call, or he's on a call with me. So he's often just either broken his foot surfing or something like that. But he's the most zen guy ever. But yeah, this was built for sort of a kind of easy access, the easy drinking, that sort of surfing lifestyle. But we actually had 3 surfboards made out of whiskey casks.
That's awesome.
Actual surfboards.
That's really cool.
Which were kind of what I would call a death mask of his personal surfboards. So they were made to fit him.
That's very cool.
And we only have 2 at the distillery now because
he
might have put one in his suitcase. I don't think he surfs on it, but yeah.
That's awesome.
They look pretty cool.
I bet they do. That's cool.
It's so refreshing. And just that little bit of peak, is it?
Yeah.
A bit more weight.
I like that. That's good. You know, a lot of people unfortunately frown upon blends, but it's like if you have a good blend, it's great whiskey either way. And the best part is blinding people with blends that are good and they don't know it's a blend. Oh, that's really great. Saying, well, no, that's a blend. But thanks for saying so.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. But also, you look at Vinaya, look at something. They're not a blended Scotch, but they're blending different cask types.
Yeah, absolutely.
All you're doing with blended Scotch is actually you're just blending distilleries instead of casks.
Right,
maybe
exactly.
Distillers and casks and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the same skill set to a certain extent.
Oh, totally. And that's the thing. I don't like ones. Like you said, almost pretty much all Scotch is a blend. It just may all be single malt or one distillery, right?
Sides,
and or you have of course your blended malts of multiple distilleries. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny. People, I don't like. It's like you do know almost all whiskey is technically blended, right? Unless it's a single cask, it's a blend.
I go back to as long as you enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Exactly. As long as you like it, that's the good part.
Don't listen to
him. No, it's nice. I like that. And $36 can't beat that price point either.
There you go.
Now, is the whole lineup all the same price, or do they go up a little bit in price?
I'm sure Bridget will.
Know.
Bridget will mention.
The question is just for Bridget.
Yeah. Actually, we'll go with Virgin Oak. So there's three. There's what I call the signature, or it is. I don't call it signature. It is called the signature.
Grab some more.
Which I refer to as almost like the Pure Scotch distillery.
Okay.
That's the base. And what we do then is we actually put that into different cask types. And either finish or mature, depending on what the timing of it all is. So what we've got here is what we call virgin oak.
Okay.
So essentially put into virgin oak casks. So we should be getting
Makes it easy that way.
the same sort of feel of Pure Scotch,
Okay.
but in virgin oak casks. So we should be
Perfect.
almost like a bourbon.
Almost like a.
Almost like a bourbon. So if we've got people who enjoy that kind of bourbon feel to everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, it's got red mountains, which is fun there. That's cool.
Makes it feel oaky.
Now this is 43. Now is the other one 40?
Yeah.
So that one's so this goes up to 43
43
as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Okay. Nice.
There we go. Just cut slightly higher.
Okay.
But same base spirit, finished in.
Oh, same price. Perfect.
Same base spirit, signature, but finished in virgin oak cask.
Okay.
I mean, a lot more woody, a lot more tannin coming through. A little bit of that kind of toffee, almost coconut. I get from virgin oak a lot of the time. A little bit of pepperous as well.
That's good.
You know, if you talk about onboarding people, this is a great gateway from a bourbon.
Yeah, I'd agree for
all the
sure. New oak, and then obviously with grain, you've got corn in there too, which is nice. I bet you can blind a lot of bourbon drinkers and go, "Hey, want to try something really cool?"
Something like this.
Yeah,
because bourbon's going to give you that dry finish,
right?
Because it's got the tannins in there, so it's always going to have that sweet dry finish.
Right.
But actually, that's exactly what this provides.
That's really nice.
Again, that as an old fashioned or something like that.
Oh yeah, probably awesome as an old
It's
fashioned.
like a refreshing old fashioned rather than one of the heavy ones that you might make with a 14.
Yeah. I do love a Scotch old fashioned personally over a bourbon, but that's just my personal preference.
Personal preference, and that's the aim of the game. What we'll do is we'll finish the Pure Scotch range up
All right.
with what's referred to as Midnight Peat. Now,
I like the name already.
So this is signature again,
Okay.
but finished in Bladnoch peated casks. So we do a Bladnoch peated run.
What is a Bladnoch peated? I don't even know you had peated.
Have we got any? Have we got some Alinta?
It's in the car.
It's in the car. There it is. So
we
should take our time with this one.
Yes.
Well, it is summoned. So we do make probably 2 weeks of the year.
Okay.
We do a peated campaign.
Really? I did not know that.
And we'll taste that in a minute.
Perfect. That's awesome.
But we're not a peated distillery, so it's only ever going to be a campaign.
Okay. Yes. That's really cool.
So what we do is we take that whiskey out, and obviously the peated casks now.
Right.
Residual. And you get this campfire.
Very cool.
But it's only a subtle.
Yeah, just a little bit of peat.
It's
Yeah.
not a smack in the face. You've still got the kind of almost like custard
Very
notes.
nice.
Almost rounded it off a little bit.
Oh, very cool.
And again, but then on the palate, actually comes through like a wall of, wall of smoke.
There's a good amount of peat on that on the finish there. Yeah.
It's quite surprising though, because you don't get it on the nose.
No, you don't. It's always fun with peat when you don't get the nose.
It's
It's
a
like, oh
surprise.
crap, it's
Yeah.
here. It's awesome.
Well, it's good for you knowing what you're drinking. If you're not a pizza drinker, it's kind of
It's probably a
bad
strict shock that they probably. But yeah, if you like peat, you're gonna love that.
But that type, the whole Pure Scotch is for that mixing occasion, that lifestyle that we like.
Very cool.
Just enjoy Scotch. This, when I was looking at this,
Yeah.
honestly, a smoky whiskey sour,
Ooh,
perfect smoky whiskey
I
sour.
like that plan.
You got any egg whites somewhere?
That I don't have any egg whites, but we can make that happen in a few days. Let's try that at home. 44, and then goes up to 44.5 as
A
well.
little bit, because I found that the 44, and again, everything for a reason. 44 was actually when the vanillas and peats sort of came together.
Okay,
If that
makes total sense.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't drink like 44. It doesn't drink like 44 at all.
Thank you.
There we go. It's a gift. It's even in a cloudy bottle.
Very nice.
That's the dope.
I did not know this existed. That is cool.
So I can tell you. Okay, you pour this one. I'll tell you the story behind
Alright.
this one. So let's type it up a little bit. I'm an engineer. We've got-
Yeah, you're like, I
you know,
can't take it anymore.
My
There's too many whiskeys in front of
my
me.
5 S's going crazy. The Bladnoch's a coma site, so after health and safety.
Yes,
everything.
that's true.
It's a dangerous site. So Alinta came about because I said we were mothballed in 2009.
Right.
However, all of 2009 was produced using peated malt.
Really?
So all of the vintage of 2009 of Bladnoch is peated.
That's wild.
And for a non-peated distillery, when I arrived, I'm sat there thinking, can I swear?
You can say whatever you want.
I was like,
it's an adult show. They say fuck a lot.
I was going to say, what the fuck am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
So I actually didn't do anything with it to start
Yeah.
with. There's some lovely peated whiskies, but we're doing a non-peated brand. But
Wild.
if we're having a portfolio that is something for everyone,
Sure.
well, I need a peated version.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you enjoy peated whiskies,
I
you
love
need
peat.
to have something a Bladnoch.
Oh my gosh,
Only
that's
ever
so
been
cool.
A niche kind of variant, but
I
that's
didn't-
where Alinta came from.
That's awesome. I didn't know this existed.
But it's also in the twinned cask collection. So
Okay.
we use bourbon cask, peated bourbon, and peated PX.
Very
So you
cool.
get another
Peated
combination.
bourbon.
So
That's
so-
cool as shit. Wow.
But in terms of the peat, I don't like the word peat referring to this because we use mainland peat.
Okay. Okay. That was my
Yes,
next
an
question
island.
for you.
So
Yeah.
actually, you get smokiness rather than peatiness.
Right, you
And
don't
I
get
know that's
It's a-
dancing on the head.
It is, but it's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
a
actually
huge
know
difference
it.
between Isle of Peat and mainland Peat for sure.
You get this campfire feel to it.
Totally.
You get almost, a little bit of licorice, but you get almost like this toasted marshmallows,
Mhm.
almost like smoked apricots.
Okay. Yeah.
And the way I describe it is really, you add the apricots, the licorice, the
Mhm.
nutmeg, the kind of dates, and a little bit of toffee apple, and you add the word smoked in front of it all. So it's quite a balanced peated expression.
That's
It's not just peat.
it's
It's everything.
really nice.
It's just a smoked version of all the flavors that we got. So actually, it got coined. It was a peated whiskey for non-peated drinkers,
Okay.
and everybody,
Nice.
everyone, I don't like peat.
Try it.
They'll like Alinta, and everyone who likes peat likes Alinta as well.
Yes. See, so it's a win-win.
Because when I made it, I thought, okay, I'm going to make a peated whiskey, but what I want the peated whiskey to be is enjoyable. Because I never really, I know there's a place for it, but I never really understood the challenging whiskies.
Okay.
How difficult can we make it?
Okay.
And I thought, well, that doesn't sound like fun to me. So I wanted to make something that was enjoyable, that I would drink. And because I'm not a huge peat drinker, I appreciate it, and I can have one or two.
I love
So
it.
I could drink Alinta.
I could drink this
all
all day,
night.
every day.
Yeah, and most people could.
That
whether
is
they're peated or not.
delicious.
And Alinta,
Chase, me and you, we love the peat. It's all good. We're like, the peatier the better.
peaty the better. But that's not a challenge for you.
No, it's not. This is beautiful,
When
though.
it's portrayed as a challenge.
Right. For a lot of people,
yeah.
but I could see a lot of people that don't like, you said, don't like peat, or they don't like Isle of Peat,
Correct.
could
Yeah.
really enjoy this and go, oh, that's peated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also not medicinal.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's campfire, but there's same little drink. Like High West is that campfire, which uses a peated scotch in it, but it's a Highland peated
It's
scotch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this would go. I would love to blind some bourbon people with this as
Just
well.
see what they say. But
There's gonna be many fun experiments with these.
later on with it, yeah. But it's like a chili eating contest. I never understood those of
Yeah, that's
Same-
burning the crap out of your tongue is not for me.
same thing. So don't make it a challenge. Enjoy it, and we'll try
Yeah,
and make things that you enjoy.
Absolutely. So I want to taste nothing. I mean, I guess that's a way to do
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Just burn all the taste buds off.
But Alinta is an interesting name. That actually came from our Australian connection, the fact that we're Australian owned, and it's actually an Aboriginal word
Oh, okay.
for fire and flame.
Very cool.
So pretty cool. We respect it at all times. So David actually went and spoke to the elders and said,
Oh,
"Can we have
that's
permission,
really cool.
permission
Okay.
to use it, please?"
Awesome.
We're very respectful. So, and they granted it, and they said yes. So,
Cool.
yeah, everything at Bladnoch hangs together.
Yeah.
We didn't start off with the word Alinta and say that'd be cool. Make it
Yeah,
fun.
because that's a word we all thought of on a regular basis, right? Now, is that dark?
Yes, it's a dark
Okay,
glass.
it is dark.
It
Okay.
is a tinted glass. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, that seems dark. It is tinted glass. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, is this available in the States or no? It is. Okay.
I'm guessing
Okay.
so because it was in the back of your car.
I didn't know. I didn't know if she had it or if it was one that you brought over. So I was like, I don't know. I know.
And to be fair, it's nice and cold today. That is actually drinking
That's really
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah. No, this is the cigar outside. Would be
Exactly.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd all be good with the cigar, but like you said, different occasions, different weather, different Bladnoch.
Oh, that's actually a dangerous one today.
Yeah, I really like
I've
that.
probably got that on the Vinaya today, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back to Vinaya, it's almost like it is like apple pie and custard. Or apple crumble and custard, as my mum would.
Now the question is, which is the Vinaya? Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. That's wild. Yeah, it's pretty.
Now you've got a frame of reference from having 7 or 8 of them. You can. Yeah, I always like to go back because.
Yeah, because that's the fun of all of it is just going back and trying different ones.
Actually, know what you know is the first one, and it's almost like a hit in the face.
Interesting.
Go back.
It's always fun to go back to all of them and see what they.
That's why I always put them next to the bottle.
Yeah,
I can remember them. I'm not tested.
it's because you're smart. I just like I throw them over here. It's fine. We're gonna blend them all together anyway. It's all good.
To be fair, no, I'm not. I'm going to go with Vinaya because I've been drinking a Lindt. A Lindt has been working well in Korea because it's nice and cold.
Okay.
But Vinaya was working great when I was in China and Hong Kong before that. So
Okay. How long were you in Asia prior to this?
I've been doing 10 days.
Okay, so there for a little while.
And
Okay.
now I've got another 10 days to certain extent. 7.
Seven.
Okay. So yeah, I was away 3 weeks-ish.
Hey, David, good to see you there. Say, never had Bladnoch, but always wanted to. What is a good intro bottle? Local store has this. Yeah, that's a good place to start. I don't see why they shouldn't start with Samsara. I mean, if they have Vinaya, that'd probably be as good. I'd get both. I think that's the solution to your problem.
That's the solution to the problem. If you have to pick one, Samsara for me just got a little bit more of a peppery finish. So if you
Okay.
like that, great. If you don't, Vinaya.
Okay, perfect.
There's a way of pulling it apart.
Yeah, exactly. And if you like peat, start with this one instead.
If you like licorice, just start off with the 19.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, my suggestion is buy the whole range. That solves all your problems.
I think so. I think there's one for each occasion with it.
Mm-hmm.
One for each occasion.
Yeah, but my favorite too is, I don't think that lowland whiskeys are good. You should try these. You'll enjoy a really great lowland Scotch because a lot of people, obviously, there are other ones in there, and they may not like X one for whatever reason, but like try these. They're very different than the other lowlands, to say the least.
There's variety.
Yeah, it's a variety, which I like the lowlands. I have no problem with the other ones. I personally like them, but I like this because it is a heftier Scotch.
Was 95%?
Yeah,
First fills in there.
That's I think is a big percentage of it, and also the fact that you guys are not filtering.
Yep.
You're also higher proof on it. There's no color to this, so everything you could check off as a bourbon drinker, Bladnoch's doing. So I would definitely, as a bourbon drinker, go try these out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, to say the least.
I mean, even when we know it's in Vinaya,
Yeah,
we've said some descriptors that are quite light. Citrus fruits, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of custard. These types of lighter descriptors. It's not light in intensity.
Right.
The lighter styles are not light in intensity.
Bridget says you should buy some Samsara and you'll be in good shape. It's the love of her life.
Oh yeah, I remember. She was saying don't buy it because then you got more.
Well, Okay, so you said what? So if you're in Texas, you can check out Specs, Liquor King, Liquor Library, and Tarrant Liquor. So those are good places to check it out for Bladnoch. Oh, they're all good. Okay, I'm going to blend them together because I want to see what happens. Because
but what you blend? Which one?
All of them.
That's the end game. It's like having a beard. You got to draw pictures and you got to show it in different ways, and because once you miss one,
that's true.
You can't go back.
That is a valid point. That is true.
You got a process to this.
Okay, so which ones would you mix together first? You're the
I
master
wouldn't
distiller.
let them
Now we're gonna see what you say.
Okay, I would try and balance up 14 and Vinaya.
All right.
I would add in bit by bit and see what you want to see, how much more of a sherry aspect you want to bring to that really American oak kind of nose and finish.
Oh, and Eric Wade apparently visited Bladnoch back in July.
Oh, very good. Were we running or was it shutdown season?
I don't know. Eric, was it open or closed when you were there? As far as the running of the stills.
Production. Was it raining? Or was it not raining?
Hey, Dustin, good to see you there. And there you go. It's for all the lifetime, but for all your incarnations. There you go, Sugar Kitty. Exactly. And let's see here. I guess we'll take these two. Not raining, and it was open. That's a win.
That would have been the Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday.
That was the summer.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Add some more sherry to it. Or add some more kind of dryness, a little bit of richness to it.
Mm-hmm. Long drive from Glasgow. Now, are you guys on the water itself where you guys are located, or are you just a little bit away from the water?
I would class us on the water.
On the water, okay.
Yeah. The house on site floods probably once a year, twice a year.
Okay.
The whole garden will get flooded a couple of times.
Fabulous.
Well, it used to get flooded before we changed it. It's a new door, so it's sealed now. So
Okay, well, that's a plus.
it's just a little bit of mopping on the inside, yeah.
Yeah, great.
So I think we're on the river, yeah.
Okay, I would go with yes. Then.
Yes.
Because you guys are the most southern distillery in Scotland. Is that still correct?
We are. We're so far south that we're further south than the north of England. So when you look at things like Newcastle, they're further north than
That's
Bladnoch.
funny.
But we're also on there's some geography for you, the kind of mid-Atlantic stream.
Okay.
So it's actually a little bit warmer than Glasgow. A couple of degrees because we get hit in the face with the warm weather from the
That's cool.
Caribbean. So you got botanical gardens and stuff.
That's cool.
A few palm trees.
Now, when you guys are aging your barrels, what kind of warehouses are you guys using? Dunnages, rare warehouse? What are you guys using?
So we've got a combination of dunnage and palletized.
Okay.
Dunnage is way back to kind of 1940s.
Okay.
They're pretty old buildings.
Very cool.
As I find out when we have to replace the asbestos roof.
Oh, awesome!
We have
Good
to
times.
That's pretty challenging health and safety. So we do that, and then we're building warehouses. Probably building a warehouse every 12, 18 months now.
Damn, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but because when we're 2 million liters, so we're
You're
not
2 million liters.
Not a small distillery.
How many stills do you guys have?
We've got 4.
4.
So
Okay.
2 wash, 2 spirit.
All right.
And yeah, we're building a warehouse every 12 for 18 months, depending on how hard we're going.
And how many barrels are you guys currently approximately aging at the moment?
On site, we've probably got, I think, it's a moving beast, but I
Sure.
would say probably about 45,000 and above, something like that. So yeah, it's not a small.
So a little bit of whiskey then.
A little bit of whiskey, and we've got a gas plant, which makes us a coma site, which adds to the.
Okay.
We have to make it pretty safe. Same level of
a plus.
Whiskey,
And then where you're aging your stuff that's not on site, how far away are the warehouses for those?
No, so
everything's is there on site. Okay. Oh, that's perfect then. Now, you guys malt? Are you guys using, I assume, 2 or 4 or 6? Which type of barley are you guys using?
Oh, so we've got we flip between Laureate and Diablo at the minute.
Okay.
Depending on which one's going through the plant more efficiently.
Hey, that works. Whatever one's more efficient,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You get the yields up and get the processing efficiencies up. But that's the main thing. So there's 4 things to think about.
Okay.
One's taste first. I'm hoping that's coming through loud and clear.
I would think so. Taste is the most important.
Okay.
I totally agree.
The second's the casks.
Okay.
So the 95% first fill casks.
Okay.
And dive a little bit deeper. There's out of that 95%, 40% is bourbon. The rest is of a grape variant, whether it's red wines or sherries. So still a heavy portion of sherry variant in there.
Okay.
Very cool. Third's the distillery, the spirit, should I say?
Okay.
That floral, fruity note that we've got the whole way through gives us that lowland kind of style.
Okay.
And as I was saying, these pillars, as they became known, they said, okay, we need a 4th.
Okay.
So I can't. Why do you need a 4th? We just do. Okay.
We just need it.
We just need it. Like a chair.
There you go.
So I said, okay, well, it's probably how I speak about. It's probably how we speak about whiskies on site. It's probably how we speak to each other on site. And we always speak with respect, and we speak with respect about the whiskey.
Absolutely.
But I said, there's never any bullshit. There's no bullshit.
Hey, that's perfect.
And they said you can't say that. So
Yes, you
so it
can.
became the no nonsense pillar. But when I'm doing things like that, I always say there's the no bullshit pillar.
That's
so,
the correct way to say
So
it.
we'll actually
Because we're
tell you
adults.
we're adults, and we're having a scotch. But so actually,
Exactly.
when we come into this barley must change this, and the dent in the still
Yeah.
must change that, we'll say, well, no, not so much. Bullshit. maybe it depends on is it the American oak or
God,
European
that's
oak
funny.
cask?
Sure, no, that's definitely going to make a
definitely
difference.
make a difference.
Absolutely going to make a difference.
So let's not bullshit anybody. Let's actually explain what happens.
Okay.
There's no guru status, like I said. There's no if you don't get floral fruity.
Yeah,
that's okay.
You're not wrong. It's just you just didn't get it,
and
which is fine.
And we'll not sell you on it's 11 and bourbon, therefore you should buy it. You should buy it because you like the taste of it. So
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
no bullshit aspect to the whole thing. Not proclaim we know everything, but
Put Scott to sleep.
Is he asleep?
He's asleep.
No, I'm just breathing really good.
Are you just checking the inside of your eyes? Am I that boring?
Oh, that's funny.
I like it.
See, Eric says, I reviewed the Bladnoch, Vinaya, and Lanta. The latter I picked up from the distillery. Oh, very nice. Beautiful balls. Yes, they definitely are beautiful balls. Hey, Joe, good to see you there. Appreciate it. I know you're up there in Oklahoma. Pictures, videos, distillery. Yeah, you get pictures of the videos of the distillery. Perfect. Well, good. Go check out Eric's videos. You can see the distillery, which I'm sure is a beautiful place.
Yes, it is fairly spectacular.
I mean, it is Scotland, so it's already going to be beautiful just to begin with.
It is. But someone said it's 2 hours south. And I always say it is difficult to get to, but things worth getting are hard to get to. But when you get there, it's
because what's the closest airport, I guess, major one you can get to get
Glasgow.
to? Glasgow. Okay.
So if you look at Glasgow, it's pretty much 2 hours south.
Okay.
2 hours straight
South.
south. Yeah.
Wow. It's okay. I'm sure it's a beautiful countryside to drive through, most likely.
To be fair, sometimes Dublin can be quicker depending on the weather, but yeah.
Really?
So Bladnoch's probably, I don't know, probably 40 minutes from the ferry port to Northern Ireland.
Okay.
So you catch a ferry from Belfast to
check out some Irish whiskey, I guess, while you're there, then, right? They might know what they're doing as well. Not a bad deal, to say the least. No, that works. So you got that. How big? What when you guys are putting through still? What's your when you guys are putting in the barrel? What's your proof point off the still and then into barrel? What you guys are doing?
So off the still, we're coming off at 70, 69.
Okay, so you guys are that. Okay.
In the spirit of that.
Okay.
So we're cutting, at sort of 71 all the way down to kind of mid 60s. So coming off it into the vat at sort of 70.
Okay.
And then we're filling at 63.5.
Okay.
There's standard.
Yeah.
That
works.
There's no reason to, unless the accountants come in and say we can't afford many casks. So
yeah, but they suck.
yeah, well.
And as an accountant, I can say that.
Yeah.
Because I know we suck. It's fine.
Oh, the accountants. I think about the casks.
No, the casts I'm sure are great.
Are amazing.
The accountants suck.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. They always get involved and just want to ruin things for everyone. It is what it is. And then Justin says, the wife and I are going to Scotland for our 25th anniversary in 2 years. Going to have to make sure. Yes, you should definitely go to the distillery a couple of years. Absolutely, Justin. That'd be great.
Let us know as well, and we'll say hello.
Yeah, per 2-hour drive, but it's not like driving American. There's a lot of narrow roads. I think that's true. That's probably a different issue, I'm sure. I'm sure there's also probably beautiful cattle, though.
There's a lot, and tractors, yeah.
Tractors,
Yeah.
see? There you go.
Yeah.
Just eat a steak on the way to the distillery. It's probably a good choice, then.
Yeah, exactly. Before you set off.
Say here in the UK, the Mini is considered to be a full-size bus. That's awesome. All right, so let's put a few more of these. I know I finished a couple of these. Let's see. What's left in my glasses? I think I might have liked these. I don't know.
Okay.
It
You're
happens.
pretty sparse on them.
I mean,
That's positive.
that's a good thing. Like I said, I haven't had the Master Orties either because most of my Bladnochs are the older ones. So this is kind of cool to try a bunch of new ones.
Perfect.
So what else do people know about Bladnoch that they don't know from right now?
I don't know about it. I think I gave the 4 things there.
I think that's important,
4 things to always think about with whiskey there, or with any whiskey.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we look at things like the no bullshit pillar,
Which is my favorite pillar.
you know, it is a great pillar.
We're gonna include that from now on. This is the no bullshit
The no
pillar.
bullshit pillar. You'd be amazed how many people get me to write no bullshit on a bottle.
So in case you are here tonight, you should bring your bottle and get Nick to put on there no bullshit on your bottle. I'm making something my bottles that way.
It's you know, the simplicity of the 3 words. We try and get everything down to 3 words.
Okay.
When you look at some of the innovations as well, when you look at Waterfall, for example, is distillery exclusive.
Mhm.
Waterfall, the single casks, the storytelling aspect of the brand.
Okay.
Again, it leans on the no bullshit. We'll tell you exactly how we did it. It's not going to be, oh, it's great because I said so. I hate that.
That's valid.
I hate that. But there's still a lot of that, and I think
That's fine.
it's actually sounds quite simple, but it's quite refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We actually explain how we did it. And Waterfall was a distillery exclusive.
Okay.
There was 5 years of it,
Okay.
and I got together 5,000 bottles worth of whiskey.
Okay.
Every year I would take off 1,000,
Okay.
so everyone knew there'd be an end point to it.
Sure.
I hate it when we go, well, that was good, or we've all of a sudden found some more,
Oh.
and we've done 6, 7, and 8, and I don't think that's right. And so it was always very clear.
Okay.
And after take 1,000 off, depending on what it knows like,
Okay.
I would then choose the next cast type to finish the next year in.
Okay. Okay.
So
Cool.
we went from a combination of bourbon and Oloroso sherries. That then went into Oloroso puncheons. That
Okay.
then went into some port pipes. That then went
Nice.
into some Tokai dessert wine cards
Ooh.
from Hungary.
That sounds
And
fun.
then the final one went back into refill Oloroso puncheons.
All right.
So
Cool.
everyone could collect, they could understand why we made the
Sure.
decisions. We were very transparent with things. So even the storytelling aspects of things has this kind of no nonsense, no bullshit.
That's perfect.
Trying to explain whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's
No,
not
that's
that
very
difficult.
cool. It's not.
It's not. We seem to make it like the magic. I don't know everything. I don't know half as much as most people have ever forgotten. But try and help people understand it because
Yeah.
it is fairly simple.
Absolutely. Exactly, Joe. He's all about the no BS. Exactly. It's correct. But yeah, that's the fun thing about it is like just enjoy. And all reality comes down to is did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And did you enjoy the people you had it with?
Did you enjoy it? And actually, once I say the no bullshit pillar, and I'll say it tonight, everyone in the room just goes, "Oh,
Exactly.
I'm not under an exam."
No, exactly. Which is half the fun.
Have the fun of it.
It's always a good time.
Exactly. Have some fun with it.
It's just whiskey. It's like,
Well, you worked hard to buy a bottle,
yeah,
buy the right one, and enjoy it.
absolutely. So we finished those and mix the rest of these together because why not?
That'll interest me.
Hey, Bill, good to see you there.
There you go. You can try. That's your first 19.
One of our beautiful other Oklahoma fans. Now, Bridget, I don't know if you know this. Now, are you guys available in all 50 states? Do you guys any idea? Or maybe Scott knows. Are you guys available in all 50 states? And what other countries can they get Bladnoch in? Like, can we get
in other countries, but not all 50 states yet?
Okay. So I know we got a lot of people. So Canada can definitely get it, which is good because I know we have a lot of Canadian fans here. And can you get it in Oklahoma? Do you know? We got some people
Yes,
from.
you can get it in Oklahoma.
So yes, our Oklahoma fans, you can get it. So perfect. That's the important part of this. As long as they can get us, we have a lot of fans in Oklahoma, which is good. What about like Louisiana or New Mexico? Any idea on those? Arkansas?
No, not on either of those two yet, but we're working on Arkansas right now.
We're in Arkansas. Okay, cool. So guys, it's coming, or just come see your friends in Texas or Oklahoma and get yourself a bottle.
I don't know. It sounds like you've just reeled off my next market visit. I think
Yeah, no,
they're
that's
like
what I
places I've
do.
always wanted to go.
Joe wants to know, when is the bottle named Absolutely No BS come out? I like that plan.
I like that plan. I'm going to take that back to the marketing team and say, I have an idea. We'll
There you
we'll
go.
see how much it can fly.
Oh, there, Bill. Yeah, you're going to really like Vinaya, Bill. And I know you're a cash strength guy, so you'll already get it. These starting at 46.7, you'll enjoy this. So it'll be a good time for sure. But yeah, definitely pick that up, Bill. If you next time you're over at the liquor store, you'll really enjoy it, or come down to the castle and learn all about them. Either way works. Now, of course, you're lucky enough to be here this evening. Nick will be teaching us this evening, which is even better than me.
Do it all again.
So, but it's good. I like it. So the real question is, should we then stick a Lanta in here and make this nice?
I don't know what you got. What have you got? It's quite a high ratio now. You just had that.
It's
there.
mostly the pure Scots at this point.
Oh, right. Okay.
I
Well,
think I
let's-
finished everything else off. The
Well,
pure
let's-
Scots is good.
let's stop messing about.
Add some 19 to it.
Yeah. Where's your? Is that your linter?
Yeah. No, maybe it's this one. It's this one.
That's probably actually enough.
I can be there in 4 hours. Well, Joe, we'll still be here in 4 hours, so start that drive.
We might not be talking the same, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably a valid point. But you'll still have a good time.
Yeah, the whiskies will still be here. Does anyone want to know anything more specific?
Yes, that's the question.
Yeah,
Anyone
you guys ask questions.
Absolutely.
That's a fair point.
And see, Bill, you should ride with Joe and you both be here together. That's the even better choice. So I know you're both in Oklahoma. I don't know how close you are in Oklahoma, but I know you're both there. Trying to convince the wife to let me go on a sleep over with my friends at the castle. We could do a sleep in. That could be fun. I mean, you need to bring a cot or a sleeping bag.
hammocks or something. Bring up some
There you go, a
hammocks and-
hammock. There you go.
Make some hammocks.
We'll string them between the different whiskey pillars there. That'll be entertaining. All right, let's see if this is together. Oh yeah.
Don't put too much in.
No, that's really, really, really
Just
good.
a tickle of Pete.
Just
tickle
just a
smoke.
little bit of that. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Like chewing smoke. Or chewing
Yeah.
the smoky licorice. I guess.
Smoky licorice, yeah, I'd agree. Old fashioned church lock-in. There you go, Joe. It's a castle lock-in.
Castle locking. Educational evening.
We can talk about church while we're here too. We're good Catholics. It's fine. It'll work out. We love to drink. That's part of the great part of being Catholic is you like to drink. It's a good job. The priest will join us. It'll be great. Hey, absolutely. Because a couple of these guys, they go with my brother. He was up in Oklahoma as well. They go to a beautiful camp out every year at a monastery. So
Yeah.
there's lots of drinking involved.
Well,
with
yeah,
the priests.
the monks used to well, they still do.
I mean, hell, to be honest, the monks are the ones who are responsible. We have all these things.
Started the whole thing off.
To be
Yeah,
really
started
honest,
it all off.
it's all the monks' fault because they're great guys.
Because they're great guys. Yeah.
In moderation, of course, Joe, of course.
It's healthy as well. It's for health.
So we can braid your hair there. We can have a pillow fight. And we can count Ardbeg bottles till you fall asleep. There you go, Dustin. That'd be great. Oh God, that's funny. They're bringing barbecue in. I guess that's our cue to get off of here and get ready for the evening with all the folks that are going to be here later. So in about an hour 12, we'll be having the fun here. So if you do have a ticket for this evening, or if you don't and still want a ticket, there might be a couple left. Otherwise, you're out of luck. So, come do that. Come see us down here at the castle, obviously. And thanks, Nick. Really appreciate this. It's awesome. And hopefully you guys, yes, barbecue with peated cow. It's sort of, yeah, pretty much. There is a beautiful Vinaya sauce this evening in horseradish onto a beautiful beef tenderloin that's currently coming in the door right now, being wheeled in. It's going to be beautiful. So, hey, Chef, good to see you.
How are y'all doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
It's gonna be a great evening.
Hey, you want to talk about your restaurant real quick? We got you live.
Well, actually, we have two restaurants side
Perfect.
by side.
All right.
In Keller, where the old Golden Corral and Drunken Donkey was on 1800 South Main Street. We have Horizon 76 American Grill House. We also have Outpost 36 Texas Barbecue.
Perfect.
Now I'm hungry.
Come by and see us.
Now I'm hungry.
Oh, it smells
Tonight
amazing.
we're doing our whole smoked tenderloin, and I made a horseradish sauce with this actual,
I like it.
and it's amazing.
I
Not just because I
can't
did
wait.
it.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
It's amazing. You may be able to buy it here in the store here before too long.
There you go.
It's-
Perfect.
It's really great, and we're gonna have a fun evening. We've got three sides. We have mashed potatoes, our smoked Gouda mac and cheese, and
Oh,
green beans.
jeez. Oh, it's going to be ridiculously good.
Well, thank y'all for having me tonight.
Absolutely, appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all for listening.
Absolutely.
Come by and visit us. Thank you.
Thanks, Chef. Appreciate it. All right. We will see you guys on Monday for, of course, the finish of the Advent calendar. So Thanks, Nick. Appreciate
Thanks,
it here. Cheers.
Fun.
All right, we'll push the end button.
You know,